Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We're arriving at our destination shortly.
What's up, bitch? Happy Sunday. Happy severe weather Sunday. Bad weather out there today. Bad weather out there today. Especially if you live out in Texas and Oklahoma, man. If you live in that like part of Texas, meets Oklahoma and Kansas, you might be in for some trouble. Let me show you a couple of things first. So, this airport, let me do display cap. All right, so first of all, as usual, this is based on a real flight, Norwegian Air, called Nordic, actually. I think Nordic is their call sign. Get on start now because we're doing the flight tonight. This flight is going to take place in a couple of days. Doesn't fly every day. Seems like maybe once a week. From Edinburgh to Copenhagen. When we have our flight already set in Navigraph, I can close it out. This airport's pretty cool. I think I've showed this airport once before on this channel, I think. It's available for 2024 as well. I haven't tried it on 2024 yet, just because what's the point? 2024 is fucking terrible. It's like what's the point? But it's a really good airport. I mean, if you don't mind spending 20 bucks for an airport, it's pretty good. It looks pretty good on the inside. It's not very big. I mean, only 1.5 gigs. I mean, 1.6. Been out for about a year. So anyways, you can buy this in the store, Microsoft Store, Contrail. That's fine. And yeah, man, let's so I actually have my controller not in my hand. I'll show you. So I have the yoke and everything set up. Okay. Let me make this so it's not full screen. This was fucking. So turn on sound of the airport. So I do have my controller right now because we're gonna be taking a little tour around, and I tried programming the yoke with I got the yoke programmed so I can go into drone mode, and everything is still somewhat okay, but it's much smoother. That's holy shit! Let me turn that down. It's definitely much smoother with the controller. Let's take a little tour around at nighttime first. It got real good lights. Yeah, EasyJet. What's up, dude? We got real good lights. One thing I love about this airport at nighttime is the tower and the way Edinburgh lights up. So I mean, this lights up okay, but like this over here is really cool. Tower, huge parking lot. I think I remember talking about this airport before because I was talking about where the flight attendants and the pilots all hook up at the. But here's the tower. I mean, it's actually got like real shit on the screen. But yeah, I seem to recall talking about where's the Moxie. Here we go. Yeah, the Hampton Inn. This is where all the B-list celebrity flight attendants and pilots, like everybody that's not pretty or handsome, that's where they stay. The Moxie, this is where all the good-looking people. This is where they all party and all kinds of things, like they did that movie with Denzel Washington. That's what I forget his name. This is where they whip Whitaker their night away at the Moxie. Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool airport. We have, I'm gonna make it daytime now, but oh, there is one thing I wanted to show you at night. Come back to, we're not gonna spend too long doing it. A couple of minutes. There was, Edinburgh was lit up, I think. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, this is it. Edinburgh. Okay. Got a car lot full of cars we can try to steal. All right, let's go ahead and. Now, I'm not going to be like chatting the whole night. We're just talking now, and then after that, I'm going to try to kind of do, you know, like kind of minimal interaction, but more like pilot. That makes sense. Got our car rental here. Yes, man, look at that. I mean, if you want to role play, you could do some good shit in here. And then outside was the drop off for it. I thought this was real. Where'd the drop off go? Oh, look, they got the car. Look, Europe car, Avis. Look, they got them all like spread out. That's cool. Oh yeah, yeah. Here, right here. Part right here. That's a oh, the double tree. Shit. Is it a jail? It looked like a jail for a minute when I was pulling up on it. I saw the fence, and it just looked like, you know, like this is like laundry area. This is like kitchen. Like it kind of looked like a jail for a minute. All right, here you go. Here's where we can get our rental car. And after we return our rental car, oh, this is where they fill it up with gas. What's up, gas? So we come over. Where do we go? Okay, that's right. We come over here. We drop off the rental car. Go inside. Drop the rental car off. Go in. Out. They got the tram here. Here's the train if we're going to take the train back to wherever. Got our bus to take us around. And what do? We keep on walking this way. Got departures. That way. It's red. I go this way. Maybe actually, we might be going the wrong way. Bus stop. Oh yeah, we're going the wrong way. That's okay. Take a look at the. Here we have Ryanair, Aer Lingus, Air France, British Airways, KLM, EasyJet, Jet2. I mean, the amount of detail in this thing, off the charts. Ryanair. All right, so let's go back to. Oh, look at that little car. I will be getting rid of the controller once we get back inside the cockpit. All right, let me speed up. Go back to car rental, and then. All right, so after we drop the rental car off, we come through here. We got our stores, Smith, Ocean, go to the car park here, multi-story car park. That range, that's my range sitting right there. I'll be back, buddy. Back. Got our departures here. Ryanair, British Airways, Air France, Turkish Airlines. Sweet. All right, let's go check in our bags. This always kicks you up. Come back here. All right, very good. Now we're back on the bottom floor again. Here's like the main area. Eventually the ceiling will show. That takes a few. But here's check-in. So like if we were gonna come through the main gate, here's where we can come in and check our bags and shit. Make sure our ticket's good. Come around here. That's Ryanair. We don't want Ryanair's. Come here, go through security. You can't really go down bottom level that easily. We're outside at this point. So we come upstairs. Sunglass Hut. That's my favorite place. I still got snacks. We got smart water. Ain't no dumb folks here in very many. Smart water. Smart water. I gotta. Water's water. If it don't fit, must have quit. If it don't fit, can't take it on board. But anyways, it's a pretty cool little. Ooh, shit! They got a Krispy Kreme. I need to go. What about them orange donuts? Get a bag. Let me get a bag of Doritos. Huh. They got some good flavors too. Cool original guacamole. Guacamole. They got guacamole. You don't have that in America. Supposedly, guacamole chips are supposed to come out in America later. You won't confirm it because you don't know. But yeah, they're supposed to be. Ooh, Haribo. Haribo. Yeah, the guacamole chips. They're supposed to be coming out in America. I think trainers. Pretty cool little place they built here. Anyways, this goes all the way around to Ryanair. You can kind of get. Trying to be somebody's date for tonight. The bar burrito. That's what I'm talking. Bar burrito, man. Let me pull up a chair and sit up at the bar. All right, let's get into our airplane. Parked at gate 9, but it's gate 10 out here, I believe. I'm in. Yeah, see, this is gate 10 there, but it's gate 9 here. Like that, it don't make any sense. Gate 10. All right, let's get back inside the cabin. Unplug my controller. Make sure that the flight stick is okay. Not the flight stick, the Turtle Beach. Okay, velocity. Make sure my seats are still saved earlier. Okay, very good. All right, let's go back up front. All right, let's put the heads-up display back. All right, ground power is not connected yet. Let's make it connected. Power on. Menu. Ground support. Connect. Set. Very good. Okay. Let me just make sure that we're in the right weight. Second. Best system. I have it set for pounds and in the system, like in SimBrief. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and get the airplane turned on. Battery on. Ground power on. Let's get system aligned. What's up? What's up? All right, let's get rest of the lights turned up a little. Car towed. Can't hold it. Alright, position. Take a look at our fetch. Fourth 557. Okay, so that looks okay. Go ahead and put our here off route and request. Let's see if it worked. Let's see if this works. Excellent. Let me show you guys something. So, if you have, let me pull the folder up. So, you go back to display. What's this first? Display capture. Okay. So, in your folder for Microsoft, go to local state. Go down to packages. We're going to go down to our aircraft, iFly. Go to work. Nav data. Go to flight plan. And then you can just put your flight plan. You can download it from SimBrief. Put it right in there. And it should pull up like it just did for us. So let's go back and get the tablet set up. Oh wait, let's activate. Okay. Come over here. Menu. Localize flight. Airport map. This didn't work earlier. Airport. Go to terminal charts. Ports from FMS. Okay, so here we are going to use, let's see what charts we need here. 10 3C, so go down, EGPH, click on that. Route setup, I think. No, it's not. All right, it's edit clip. We're going to use this one for departure. We have 10 3C here, so we'll check that. Delete this. Now click on H, go to edit clip. And we have 10 2B for the star, which is this one here. And for our approach, what we're planning on doing is 11.4 and 11.4A. So let's do that. Okay, very good. And now complete. And now we have all of our charts in here. So when we click on Copenhagen, we have our charts. Click on Edinburgh, we have our charts. Our utility. All right, go back. Payload and performance. Weight and balance. Passengers. So fuel, we have, let's see here, total amount of fuel. Say 18.5 roughly. $100. Cool. 18.5 taxi out fuel. $1,007. And we have 420. There are zeros. Passengers. Total of 178. Cargo, we have 10.4. Let's set I don't know, do 5. We'll do 6,400 then. 4,000. Just everything. 170. Payload. Done. Done. Okay, so we should be all set up with weights and shit. Let's go ahead and get our route put in, then we'll get our backup clearance, you know, good. We'll get the APU turned on and we'll get out of here. All right, so we have NS. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. 501. Departure. Have runway 24. 6. Execute. Then arrival. Have see ILS 22 left with a veggie. Yep. Power. Okay, now let's come up here. It's in flight plan mode. We'll check our flight plan. Just step through this. Veggie, vector. Back up here. Very good. Okay. Wow, I'm only using 32% of my GPU right now. 40%. I changed the settings to be more performance based than like graphic based, and I guess I moved it down a little too far. I mean, everything looks really good. It's just I just wanted to play with it. I noticed that my GPU setting at the recommended settings, my GPU usage was 5, like on my flew. Let's go ahead and let's get that set first, and then we'll get the AP started. So zero fuel. Oh yeah, zero fuel. 144.5, say. Oh, gross weight. $62, 163, 60, center, 32. Go to payload and performance. Complete this. Hey, it can't be that. Looks like it's like 32. Let me look and see what SimBrief says real quick. If SimBrief even gives me a calculator. I mean, I can always leave it at 24, but I don't think that's correct. Second. SimBrief. All right. Off. It doesn't say what my center of gravity. I'm gonna go with my gut. I'm gonna put like 31.2. 160 / 31.2. Goal plan was so the 8 curves 5.2 at 37,000 feet. Cruise wind is 94 by 42. Deviation +6. Altitude is, it says on the chart here. I guess I could look on the chart too. Menu, terminal charts. Not terminal charts. Yeah, terminal charts. Chart click. This 6,000. See what it would be when we look. I know it's supposed to be on the arrival chart, but it doesn't really ever show. It just says like something about contact and date. All right, here it's 5,000, so I'm just going to put in 5,000 for now, unless they tell us something different. Okay, that's good. This is all set up now. Hit enter. Cost index 25. Cost index is about it. All right, let's see if we can get wind data here. Back one. Regular map. RTE data. All right, now let's get our GPU started up. All right, APU has been started. Invalid cruise wind. Maybe I can't do it unless we have VATSIM connected or something like that. Oh well, if I want to do it, I want to do it. Let's see here. Go to descent. Let's go here and see if we can get our descent forecast at least. Oh well. Let's just plug it in manually then. Well, we can do that later. That's really a shame. Maybe after we get some more input, maybe we have to plug in. Maybe we shouldn't have plugged in anything here. But, I mean, that's what it is, so I'm not going to change it. Alright, whatever. Get the APU turned on. All dampener on. Right. Our emergency lights. Very good. That's all done. Let's get the ground power removed. Ground support. Connect that. Now let me get a hold of Sayintentions. Let me file it on their website first. File flight plan. Contact ATC. HF is on. Status.
Aero Zulu. Wind 250 at 6. Visibility 6. Sky conditions. Few at 1900 feet. Broken at 2900 feet. Temperature 10. Dew point 9er. QNH 1015. Density altitude -400 feet. Arriving and departing runway 24. Transition level 65. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if traffic service is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information Foxtrot. Edinburgh Airport. Information
Foxtrot. Let me go
Foxtrot.
to
2350 Zulu.
ground.
Wind 250 at 6. Visibility 6.
Rick 501. Here we go. Ground Nordic 501 at gate 9, VFR Copenhagen. If information Foxtrot. Good morning.
Nordic 3501, Edinburgh ground. Good afternoon. Hold position, runway 24. After departure cleared to leave the controlled airspace at Polmont, not above altitude 2,000 feet. VFR QNH 1015, squawk 4670.
Hold position, runway 24. After departure cleared to leave the controlled airspace at Polmont, not above altitude 2,000 feet. VFR QNH 105, squawk 6. Here in Nordic 501. Alright, let's get
Nordic 501, read back correct.
let's let them load in the passenger. Click on stay in tension, and we will go ahead and get out takeoff. Correct. QNH there. Have 2997. Outside air is, that's not in Celsius, it could be. That's fine. Take off. Flap. Off. Okay. Take off. Off -1. Turn east. Alright, derate to 2. Oh, wait, that's not the correct takeoff. Yeah, 162. 162.6. There we go. Oh, and let's put this in. Oh, we didn't change that chip. 30. Well, let's try putting in 31. Is that what we have in here? Yeah, 31.2. Let's try plugging that in. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, all right. 1.2. Tackle. Lap 10. 5. Runway 20. Calculate. Oh, let's put this back in at 24.2 maybe. That's the... Back to flaps 10. I mean, we're well below, so there must be something we're missing. Like 52 in. Select a different flap. Okay. Back in at max. AX. Okay. Alright. Off to C off. Flaps 20? 5? Weird, man. Alright, airport info. That data. Calculate. Well, if it's not working, it's not working. Heat and balance. Let me make sure I got everything. 70. Cargo, we have get rid of this fuel. Zero. Alright, let's see if that did. Motherfucker. Alright, can try off to perhaps that's crazy. Alright, well, let's take a little bit of weight out then. Let's take a little bit of cargo out, I guess. Like 4,000 here. 500. If that changes anything. Oop. Really weird. I've never had an issue with this before. I mean, if it won't work, it won't work. We can still take off. Alright, let me put the fuel back where it was at before. I mean, not the fuel, cargo. 64 here. Wasn't done. Alright, let me see what sim brief is. Takeoff, calculate. So they have us derating. Select temperature is 52. All right, we'll just set it from sim brief here. Why did? That's fine. Here, set the 1. That's for 2. And no derate, flaps 5. All right, take off. Flaps 5. 4.2. Hang on a second. Try something. Wow, why is the screen all jumbly? Fuck. What the fuck, man? That's weird. Alright, copy data. Okay, we'll get in that. I go into full screen. It might be because of sim brief. I think that's what it is. What do we have? 144, 144, 150. Oh, it's still weird. Take off. 2. Let me see what the slope is here. I hope I don't have to like restart the sim. I mean, if I do, it's no big deal. All right, we got a slope of 0.1. And runway wind 250 by 6. Try, select. 144, 144, 154. All right, close enough. Wow, why is this being so weird now? Look at that. That's crazy. All right, let me restart. This time we'll be a lot quicker about things. Start to. Might have to refile the flight with SimBrief. All right, let's marinate for a minute. No, it's still like weird. Might have to restart the whole sim. Let me load out of the and go back to the main menu and go back in. Trying to think of what it could be. Not the game, I'm not calculating N1 for takeoff. We're well under the takeoff weight. Matter where we park. Ding, ding, ding. Ding. I'll tell you where you don't have this problem. Say it with me. X-plane. Looks like I'm still getting it. I may have to restart the whole sim. That is weird. All right, let me close out the whole sim and just load back into it. That's so weird. Let me adjust my graphics settings. Maybe I have it on, I don't know. It should be working much better now. It's like using half the GPU as before. I'll turn it up a little bit. I just want to get in an airplane and fly one night. Why can't I just like work? Why can't Microsoft just work? I don't get it, man. Now I am using the beta version of this, so maybe that's why I'm having some issues, but I'm using the beta version. I don't think that would like, I shouldn't say. Maybe that's the reason why it's a little wonky. All right, let me go to my graphics settings. Microsoft. Optimized for there. Everything's pretty much on high. Cubic filtering is X. Now I have this texture filtering clamp turned on. It says set clamp when anisotropic filtering is enabled for better image quality. So I have it clamped. But that's the only like setting I have from NVIDIA that like. All right, let me go back into the game. Play. All right, it's loading back up again. I just want this stuff to work properly. Take a look at some weather, I guess, while we're waiting. Still have the weather up, I think. Window capture. No, I don't. Let me radar again. Take a quick look while this is loading. Let's see. We got 54 alerts. No real serious storms around me. 3 tornado warnings. Tennis ball size. Wow. Lime size. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. That's a big storm. That is a big storm. Yeah, look at these. Wow. Wonder if this has any debris with it. Let me. Might have a little bit. There's definitely some vertical motion coming in here. I believe that's where the inflow is. Yep. Wow. Wow, look at this. Jesus. All right. Turn this off now. Game's almost loaded. Let me close out. Here, fly simware. Go bitch. There we go. Oh, Flight Sim Labs, not Fly Sim. Flight Sim Labs. They always open. All right, we can close out. All right, let's see if it works. I sure hope it does. We'll get in, we'll load it up real quick. Put the, you know, on quick, back up quick. It won't be like last time, where we're kind of like looking at shit, get it going. Yeah, I'm wondering if the beta has anything to do with it being like a little jumpy like that. So I turned the settings up a little bit for the graphics, closer to what I usually have it on. So let's, I doubt that had an issue, but I was using such a small amount of my GPU, I figured I had a lot more room to go, so to say. I was only using like 30 or 40% of it. I don't really have anything downloaded as far as like mods. Nothing that I think would really interact with the airport in a weird way or the airplane in a weird way. Never know. Could be an airplane that I have downloaded that for some reason is just triggering the hell out of this max. Come on, bitch. Finish loading up. X-plane, we'd already be in the sky. I might have to put Microsoft down for a while and just start flying X-plane more. X-plane is such a pleasure to fly. It works all the time. It's got cool pop-up screens. And it works. And it sounds pretty good. I just, I'm not a huge fan of like the world they built. I like it to look more realistic, like this game does. Oh, come on, finish loading already. Damn. Take forever, man. Take forever just to get stuck. Game. Okay, let's try it again. Back on that. Our livery. Burrow. Fly. Like I just say, free Max 8 liveries may be easily installed. For free, but not really free, are they? You had to buy the damn airplane first. Let's wait a few more seconds. Remove. I'm only using 30-40% of my GPU. Okay, looks much better. Okay. Let's get this one again. Flight. Pay. Ground power connected. Okay, done. Battery. No power. Fine. Okay. Set up here. Cars no. Position. You know that's correct. Last time. Alright, route. Flight plan request. I'm not going to check the route again like we did last time. I know it's correct. We built it. Load. And NSC501. Activate. Departure. 24. 6. Execute. Arrival. Perps. Test. Less. Go to eggs. Let's bring in some wind. Payload all set. Let me do this. And 3. E from 11. Invalid crew uplink. Okay, so it's still having it. That sucks. Okay, never. Eggs. You know, I could actually add this in manually. Let me try it. Let me do that. Okay. to 31,000. Thousand. 70. Really? Slap. 70. Slap. That, all right, that's done. Payload. Total fuel 7 20 that fuel done. Turned on our fuel. Yep, 18. Light refile. See what status is. Probably still.
End city altitude -400 feet. Arriving and departing runway 24. Transition level 65. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if traffic service is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information golf. Edinburgh Airport, information golf. 0020 Zulu.
Right.
Wind 250 at 9er. Visibility 6. Sky conditions. View at 2600 feet. Temperature 10. Dew point 8. QNH 1.
Edinburgh ground Nordic 501 at gate 8. EFR Copenhagen, we have information golf. Good afternoon.
Nordic 3501, Edinburgh ground. Good afternoon. Hold position, runway 24. After departure cleared to leave the controlled airspace at Polmont, not above altitude 2,000 feet. VFR QNH 1015, squawk 4670.
Alright, something's up with this system in here that is not... It might just be that it doesn't work with the beta. So, it is what it is. Not upset. A hold position, runway 24 after departure, cleared to leave controlled airspace at Polmont, not above altitude 2,000 feet, VFR QNH 115, squawk 0, Nordic 501.
Nordic 501, read back correct.
Go ahead and get this set. One. Next one auto for now at least. Air flowing. No, go backwards, bitch. It won't go backwards. Oh well. Alright, we'll just unhook it. On support. Box as well. Gonna be put back any moment. I'm just getting this plugged in here. Let's see. Oh, what did we say? It was one. Five. 60. Cruise wind. Six. Execute. And one limit. Go. One. Runway wind is 59. Morning, Astra. This is the captain. Will you welcome all of our guests and give them a rundown on the safety briefing?
Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome aboard Norwegian Air Sweden Flight 3501, departing from Edinburgh and heading to Copenhagen. My name is Astrid Hansen, and I will be your lead flight.
Nordic ground, I'm sorry, Edinburgh ground, Nordic 501, ready for pushback and engine start clearance.
Right. Before we take off, I would like to share some important safety information with you. Please pay attention.
Nordic 501, pushback and engine start approved. Face northeast.
We hope you enjoy your journey.
Let's get our pushback machine going. system. Back. So 70. Back, enter. Get our engines fired up.
Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome aboard Norwegian Air Sweden Flight 3501, departing from Edinburgh and heading to Copenhagen. My name is Astrid Hansen, and I'm your lead flight attendant today. Joining me are my wonderful colleagues Eric, Sigrid, and Lars. We are here to ensure you have a pleasant flight. Before we take off, I'd like to go over some important safety information, so please pay attention. First, to fasten your seatbelt, insert the metal fitting into the buckle until you hear a click. To release it, simply lift the buckle. Please keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated, as we may experience turbulence. In the unlikely event that we need to use the oxygen masks, they are located in the compartment above you. To use them, pull down on the mask to
Until
activate
motoring
the flow
turns
of
off.
oxygen. Place it over your nose and mouth, and secure it with the elastic band. Remember to secure your own mask before assisting others. We also have life
Where the hell are we
vests
going?
located under your seats. In the event of
You
an emergency
motherfuckers.
landing on water, pull the vest out, place it over your head, and pull the straps to
I guess
tighten.
270 was a little far back.
Inflate the vest by pulling the red tabs,
And we're going the wrong
or by
direction.
blowing into the tubes.
So I guess nose to
In
the left
event of an
is
evacuation,
nose to the left for
please
them,
leave
not.
your luggage behind. Your safety
Hey, what's up,
is our
dude?
priority, and we'll ensure everyone gets
Yeah,
out
man.
safely.
I ever fly to CJ.
Now let's
I just
talk
flew
about
it
the
a couple weeks
emergency
ago.
exits. There are 2 exits in the
Plane's
front,
awesome.
2 over the wings, and 2 at the rear of the aircraft. Please take a
Yeah, I
moment
just
to
flew
locate
one
the exit
over in
nearest to you,
Japan
keeping in mind that it may be
a
behind
couple
you.
weeks ago.
Thank you for your attention, and we hope you enjoy the flight. After our meal service, I'll be coming around with items
Yeah,
from
that
the
is
Norwegian
awesome,
air
that,
shop, so stay
that
tuned for
CRJ.
that. Captain
One
Gregory
in
and First Officer
Aerofly
locked
is
up
great,
Dom
and the
are at
one in
controls, and we're expecting a smooth
the one
flight
from
today.
Aeroflight,
Now,
not
I'll let the
Aeroflight,
captain know that the cabin is ready for departure.
Aerosoft. All right, hang on. Let me go into this mode. Spin around. Very good. I must put on the other engine. Do you ever fly to CRJ? Is that the plane that you like to fly, or? I think the CRJ 700 is probably my favorite out of all of them. All right, when this doesn't say motoring anymore, we can put the fuel on. At least according to iFly, that's how it is. I don't know if that's how it is in real life, but that's how it is here. All right, motoring is off. You go into the sounds page. I left anything undid. Panel. Where's fuel? Sound profile page in here. Okay. Panel stuff? Oh, it might be under general here. Oh, I know there's a. Okay. Might be under other system. I know there was a sound page because I've been on it before. Oh, no, it's just headphones mode. That's right. Jesus, that really like eliminates a lot of the sound. All right, let's go. Get our flaps down. Have what's our takeoff speed? 4. Now that dude on the walkie-talkie said that we can't go over 2,000 feet. Where that is. Okay, I don't see it. It's Pole something is the name. Let's see what it says here. Alright, well, whatever, we're good. Alright, let's put 6,000 in for our altitude right now. We have to set our pressure as well, and then we'll get clearance to taxi. Alright, 6,000. Put our auto brakes on RTO. What is the METAR right now? 1015. All right, 1015 is in. Oh yeah, that's right. I can't set the market brake. My brakes on the pedal brakes. All right, let me contact ground. We programmed the tower in. That was 118,750. Okay. Nordic, Edinburgh ground, Nordic 501, ready for taxi clearance to runway 24.
Nordic 501, taxi to runway 24 via Foxtrot Alpha Delta.
Taxi to runway 24 via Foxtrot Alpha Delta, Nordic 501. Alright, let's finally get up in the air. I still don't know why we can't calculate our takeoff speed using the tablet. It worked at one point. Like I said, it may just be that it may just be because of the beta mode that we're in right now. So, all right. Parking brakes off. I do have each throttle set up separately tonight. We don't play around here at All About Aviation. We try to keep it as real as possible. Should take off at nighttime, actually. Being that this is a modded airport, let's do it. Because the lights are pretty cool looking here. Or take off like... Oh, we don't have taxi lights. Where are the other lights? All right, taxi... Oh, we didn't even put the generators on yet. Jesus. What am I doing? Alright, packs are on auto. Two off. A little bit of fuel in the center tank. We'll just leave it in there for ballast right now. Alright, now we can... Morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Greg, your captain. Welcome to you from the cockpit of this magnificent Boeing 738 MAX. Sitting next to me is our co-pilot Long Duck Dong, very famous actor from the UV16 candles from the 80s. We're going to be cruising at an altitude of 37,000 feet today. We'll do our best to get you to Copenhagen as quickly as possible. Expect us to be in the air a little more than an hour and 25 minutes. We'll get you there as safely as possible. We'll update you on the weather of Copenhagen when we get closer. For now, just sit back, relax, enjoy the flight, and thank you again for flying Nordic Airways. See you. Go ahead, Asher. Tell him how wonderful I am.
Good morning, Captain Gregory. I will make sure to keep the cabin informed and comfortable during our flight. Thank you for the update.
Way you look, Asher. You gotta keep it out of people.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your lead flight attendant, Astrid Hansen, speaking. On behalf of the entire crew,
St. Hansen's
I would like to
cousin.
welcome you aboard Norwegian Air Sweden Flight 3501, departing from Edinburgh and heading to Copenhagen. We are cruising at an altitude of 37,000 feet, and our estimated flight
not
time
yet,
is
bitch.
just over an hour and 25 minutes. Please sit back,
We're not cruising yet.
and enjoy the flight. We'll
I hope
keep
she
you
knows we're
updated
not
on
up in the air
progress
yet.
and the weather in Copenhagen.
That'd be a
Thank
little
you for
scary.
choosing to fly with us.
All right, let's switch over to the tower. Need to find out also what departure is again. Oh, we don't really have a departure frequency. That's right, we're doing via. Oh, why does it look all weird? Edinburgh Tower, Nordic 501, holding short runway 24, ready for departure. Nobody listening on? Did I put in the? Oh, I got the wrong one in. It's 7. No? Oh, it's 18700. Edinburgh Tower, Nordic 501, holding short runway 24, ready for departure. What's going on? Oh, 705. Edinburgh Tower, Nordic 501, holding short runway 24, ready for departure.
Nordic 3501, Edinburgh Tower, runway 24, winds 250 at Ina, cleared for takeoff.
Cabin crew, take your seats for departure.
Okay, Captain. Cabin crew, take seats for departure.
If we do have a heads-up display, I guess we could take off today. Pretty clean looking heads-up display. We'll play with it a little bit to see if we can get it set up for landing. For landing, I like to get rid of all the stuff on the side. Put it in instrument mode or visual mode. Dude, I started watching these videos on YouTube. It's oops, wrong way. It's where people make like short little songs out of comment section. Dude, it is some of the funniest stuff I've ever seen. All right, you ready? I'm ready. All right, clock. Yoga button. Nope. All right. There might be, but we'll just do it. Yoga set. Or not, it's cross check. One, rotate.
V1. $100. $50.
Why are we not climbing? There we go. Sorry, I was paying attention to the heads-up display and not paying attention to the actual flight display, which is a problem. I should have been paying it. All right, gear up. Continue to fly manually for just a little bit. Time's up.
1,000.
Nordic 501. Contact departure on 121.20.
Contact departure on 121.0, Nordic 501. Nordic departure, good morning. I'm sorry, Edinburgh departure, good morning. Nordic 501, currently climbing through 3,000 feet for flight level 370.
Nordic 3501, Edinburgh departure, identified, QNH 1015.
Letting the yoke back very slowly. You can see me like back a little bit. Like if I just let go of it, it's gonna, plane's gonna crash. Well, not crash, but the autopilot's gonna. Just standard pressure. Stay at this altitude till we get past TLA. GPU's only at like 40%. That's pretty awesome. I got this thing pretty close to like what NVIDIA says I should be running this game at. I have it tuned down a little bit lower. I think I still got some room to move, but where I had it earlier, like at the spot NVIDIA had me wanting to do this at, I was at like 90% of my GPU. I wasn't very comfortable with that. Oh, I can use that. I have one of the hat switches set up to do altitude, but sometimes it doesn't work. Very good. I wonder if I can lock the gear. No, I can't. Okay. Just kidding. Just kidding. I wish the engines were louder. I have a lot of the outside, like environmental stuff turned down, like in the main menu. I have it turned down quite a bit. But yeah, once we make this turn and we start climbing again, I'm gonna turn myself off, put on a little bit of music, and pick up with you guys again when we get closer to the top of descent. I'll do my best to leave it like on one of these images as much as I can. Kind of easy on this kind of airplane because you have auto throttle. Be making it turn any moment. Let's see here. A really good mod, briefing panel. Free mod got on flightsim.to. I use it on 2024 and 2020. Should be starting our climb again. Make sure we're climbing. Yep, we are. Very good. Once we get to cruising altitude, I'll put on the center tanks. in good shape. So chill in the back. Get a little music turned on. I'll be back shortly for top of descent. See you. Make sure you hit like and subscribe.
Nordic 3501, Edinburgh departure, squawk conspicuity. Free call Scottish information on 119.875 if required. Nordic 501, read back correct. Contact ground on 121.755.
Hello, I'm back. Let me turn the weather channel down a little bit. Watching max velocity. Looking at these storms in Texas, man, them motherfuckers are crazy. Alright, let's contact. Center. Vig Center, good morning. Nordic 501, currently cruising flight level 70. We're going to begin our descent into Copenhagen in about 20 minutes. We're doing the test 3 Charlie arrival.
Nordic 3501, Copenhagen info. Roger, say requested altitude for descent.
I want to descend down to 4,000 feet, Nordic 501.
Nordic 501, descend altitude 4,000 feet.
Copy that. We're going to begin our descent in about 15 minutes, Nordic 501. We'll let you know if we're going to descend early.
Nordic 501, Roger. Report when ready to descend.
A couple of things here. Let's get our heads-up display set for landing. Menu, heads-up display. Wow, it's got the lengthen already. Oh shit. And I don't know if 17 feet's our height. Let me see here. Thought it was like 8 feet. Yeah, it's 8 feet. It is 10, 8, 3. But it's 8 feet is our height, so let's plug in. Nodes. We're gonna do instrument. Okay, very good. That's done. Come back here and set our frequencies. Have $109.5. Put this on ILS. 5. Save here. We have a VOR station there. Let's program that just. See if it says doesn't. All right. Now let's get rid of this one then. I was sworn they had a VOR station there. Let me take a look. Yeah, they do. It's 112.5. 112.5. VOR. Backup will be 112.5. Very good. Our course is 217. Every Sunday I have my son take the trash out, right? Every Sunday I have to remind his ass to get out of bed to do it. So annoying. Why can't he just... Like, it's like, you know, almost 10 o'clock here and he still hasn't done it yet. What you waiting on, man? Shit, I hope I didn't knock, did I knock us out of autopilot? No, we're okay. My belly pushed on the yoke and I was plugging in my laptop. Alright, what's our... 200. We'll leave it at 200 since we're going to be probably hand flying it in. Almost there. Hey, Boeing, get with the times, man. Let's be able to type this in from now on. How about that? That would be awesome, right? Like, instead of having to, like, scroll up a million times. I know I could probably grab it, like, and yank it to the side, but I've done that before in other planes, and sometimes it, like, by the time I know it, I'm at, like, 500. Let's begin our descent. Copenhagen info, Nordic 501, we've begun our descent into the Casper 3 Charles arrival, and down 4,000 feet.
Nordic 501, Roger. Continue descent to 4,000 feet on the Charlie 3 arrival.
Nice little flight. This is a really nice little plane. I like what iFly's done with this. think they make other stuff too, but it's tough to see on their website. Like, I looked on their website, but it looks like it's like you go to iFly or Flight 1 and it's confusing. At least it was confusing to me when I looked at it like earlier tonight. It just looked like they had like other companies' planes on there, like Aerosoft, and I'll have to go back and take a look. Maybe it was the Contrail website I was on and not, you know, Flight 1. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Captain speaking. We've left our cruising altitude of 37,000 feet. We're on ascent to Copenhagen. We hope to be on the ground shortly. Right now it's currently about 10 degrees outside. It's pretty nice weather this time of day. Hopefully the good weather will continue so we can all have a good day outside. Thanks again for flying Norwegian Air. From the flight deck, this is Greg and Long Duck Dong thanking you for flying Norwegian Air.
Okay, Captain. I'll make the announcement to the passengers.
Hopefully these passengers will fly with me again. I forgot to turn their seatbelt signs off. Hopefully they're not pissed at me.
Diving runways 22 left, 30. Departing runways 22 right, 30. Transition level 60, advise on course heading, altitude, and if traffic service is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact, you have information uniform. Copenhagen Kastrup Airport, information uniform. 0150 Zulu. Wind 275 at 12. Visibility 6. sky conditions, no cloud detected. Temperature 10. Dew point 7. QNH 1011. Density altitude minus 500 feet. Arriving runways 22 left, 30. Departing runways 22 right.
Copenhagen approach, good morning, Nordic 501. We're currently descending through 21,000 feet on the Tesby 3 Charlie arrival, hoping to do the 22 left ILS approach.
Nordic 3501 Copenhagen approach, runways available are 22 left and 30. Cleared ILS approach, runway 22 left.
Copy that, Nordic 501. Here's where we should be at. I thought I had data on. Guess I didn't turn it on. There we go. Yeah, here we should be at 13,000 feet. This deceleration points where we should be at 250 knots. Set our auto brake. Looks good. I think it looks better with the settings I have it on now than before. It's not ultra everything anymore like it used to be, but I don't know. For some reason, to me it looks better. Maybe maybe my mind's playing tricks on me because that's what I want to. Maybe that's what I want to see. Maybe it's not really true. Oh, there we go. All right. Yeah, I'm decelerating a little early, but that's on purpose. Obviously, it's on purpose because I did it. I just don't really trust Microsoft simulators, computer systems. Most of the time when they have us, like, most of the time when you follow the flight plan and you do top of descent, like where they tell you to do it, like usually you're riding the spoilers the whole way down because you have to descend, like, you have to nose down. In a lot of airplanes, it might not be like that in this one. You know, because this one's made by a better company, but like the regular airplanes in this game, like the regular default Asobo base pitch, you know, Airbus, descend like 20 miles early, 30 miles early. Give yourself some space. All right, let's down to 4,000. This on approach mode. We might be a little high at this waypoint here, but it's alright. We got plenty of time to get down to 4,000, I think. If not, we'll fly until we get down to that altitude. $122.05 should be approach, final approach at least. At Castrop, final approach. Good, we made it in time. That we're speeding up at -13. Usually that's like what I've noticed the cutoff for airplanes to be like. Usually when you're at -13, usually you don't speed up, but maybe the air is thinner over this part of the world. Gotta fly this airplane some more. This is so much better of an airplane than Flight Sim Labs. Let me tell you, Flight Sim Labs, you guys suck. I'm not scared to say it. I'll say what y'all are thinking. They suck. The engines sound bad. They try to do too much, but they just can't pull it off, man. That flight the other day was fucking embarrassing, man. Not so much for me. I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't cause the autopilot to shut off and the navigation to stop working, and no failures showed up, by the way. I looked on the screen, no failures showed up. It just wasn't working. I can't help it that your plane just fell out of the sky when I was landing. Broken mess. That's why I changed the thumbnail. That's why I put that broken mess box. Broken mess right on the center of the thumbnail. We're gonna we'll switch it over later. I was gonna switch it over to like localizer mode now, but we'll leave it. All right, whatever speed they have, I'm just gonna go 10 knots below it. I wonder how this plane auto lands. I don't think I've ever let this thing auto land before. It'll do a category 3 landing from what I've read. There's our airport right in front of us. All right, let me contact final approach. Catcher up approach, Nordic 501 requesting ILS 2 left for approach today.
Nordic 501, cleared ILS approach. Runway 22 left.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now beginning our final approach into Copenhagen. Please turn off your electronic devices and stow them until we arrive at the gate. Kindly put your tray tables away, ensure your seats are in their full upright position, and fasten your seat belts. Our friendly Norwegian Air Sweden staff will provide you with information regarding your connection flights once we are on the ground. Thank you for your cooperation. Crew,
Nordic
please check that
501,
everyone is seated
identified.
as their seat
5
belts
southeast of Mallow Airfield. UL, flight level 70. UNH 1010.
What'd they just say? Oh, okay.
Nordic 501, contact Copenhagen. Departure on 118.455.
Contact Copenhagen departure on 118.455, Nordic 501. Copenhagen departure. Copenhagen departure, good morning, Nordic 501. Ascending to 3,000 feet so we can capture the localizer on runway 22 left.
Nordic 3501, Copenhagen departure identified. Good morning.
Alright, we're gonna go a little bit past this route here so we can get down to altitude. Well, you know, no, I want to come in slower. We might be okay, actually. Just down to 3,000. Let's give it a try. If we have to do a go-around, we'll do a go-around. We'll be okay. Put our slats down. Very good, we got down to altitude in time. Alright, flaps 2. Copenhagen departure, Nordic 501, making turn to final, runway 22 left.
Nordic 501, cleared ILS approach runway 22 left.
Flaps 5. Once we line up, we'll put ourselves in approach mode. You could probably do it now, actually. Localizer captured. $12 miles out. There's our airport. Flaps 15. Shoot, we never changed our pressure here. Hope everybody's okay. Sure hate to lose another job flying an airplane. I've already lost a job with JetBlue. I think the one with American is gone as well. All right, glide slope's getting ready to capture. Landing gear down. Flat 15. Flat 25.
2,500.
Arm the speed brake and it lets us. Brakes armed. Flaps full. Why has it got us off track a little bit? Get back on. Oh, let's. Yeah, we're off track, aren't we? Isn't that the runway right there? Yeah, that's the runway. Alright, let's take manual control. High control. I think. How did we get so far over? Like, when I took over control, didn't it look like we were all the way on the other side? Might have to do a go around, which is a big deal.
Approaching minimums.
Glide slope.
Minimums.
Glide slope.
Flight slope 100.
Oh, look at that. The decision height counts down.
50.
Wow.
40. 30. 20. 10.
Oh, that was terrible. Let's go around. Can we take off? Son of a bitch. Oh, here we go.
Bank angle. Bank angle. Bank angle. Bank angle.
Come on, get up in the air. Oh, I didn't have any flaps down. That's why it was tough to get up. All right. Let's land this. Let's butter this landing this time. We turn Sayintentions off. Turn. Might help if I actually had the autopilot on. Oh, and the wheels are still down. All right, there we go. Shit. All right, now we're doing better. I don't know how, when we were coming in, it looked like we were right of the runway. And then when I took manual control, it looked like all of a sudden we were on the left of the runway. It was, man. If you watch my videos, you know that that's kind of how it goes. Most of the time, the first landing's kind of bad. Then we usually get better on the second or third approach. Now, in this simulator, it's tougher because you can't just start on the runway like you can in X-Plane. Well, I mean, start in the air. So we better butter this landing. Actually, I don't really give a shit if we butter it or not. But our brake temperatures are up there. Pull down brakes, you'll be okay. We should be passing by the airport on starboard side here. Yeah, right here. Put our flaps back up. I think we were doomed from the beginning with that ILS approach because, I mean, we didn't have much time for this plane to line up. I think we probably would have been better off waiting to put it in approach mode until we were actually, until we actually turned. And then once we straightened up, then put approach mode on. That's probably the better way of doing things. Altitude's acquired. Alright, so we're just going to stay like this until we get above the glide slope. Sorry, until the, until we're below the glide slope. Usually I turn when the diamond's on this circle. One thing I did notice a moment ago, when it said speed brake armed, it was kind of blurry. I think that's because of the settings that I set up, which I'm okay with that. Like, I don't care if that stuff is a little blurry. Most of the time I don't care. At least our tire pressure's okay. Oh yeah, look, oh look, it's got the brake temperature right there. Look at that. That is cool, look at that. I've never seen that on an airplane before. That is dope as hell. We're going to get ready and make our turn here in a moment. I don't mind doing a go around. Gives me more time in this beautiful airplane. Such an awesome plane to fly. It really is. So much better than Flight Sim Labs. Okay. We're getting ready to spin around. Let's go down to 200. Let's go slats. Flaps 1. Start making our turn. to flaps 2. Approach mode on. I think I must have crash turned off because I don't think we have. Okay, localizers captured. Yeah, I mean crash must be turned off. Yeah, there's no reason we should have been able to take off again like that. That's nuts. All right. That's 5. Still at 10, 11. Wow, look at this now. This is interesting. We were pretty close to center line, I think, on that landing, so I don't really care about center line this time as much as I did before. Now I just want to butter this thing. Me considering it a butter, I think is anything under 300 for me, especially in a plane like this. You know, we're not flying a little Cessna or, you know, a little jet, you know, where you can kind of just, I mean, it's a bigger plane. Right, landing gear down, no problem. I think we're gonna leave the heads-up display alone this time too. I'm not a big fan of the heads-up display when you're landing. Not usually. All right, let's arm the spoilers. Yeah, see how it's a little blurry? Well, I mean, even from far away it's blurry. It shouldn't be, but like, maybe it's just my eyes tonight.
2,500.
Flaps 30. Well, yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like, look, I'm looking here now, and it looks like, doesn't it look like we're off to the right of this thing? And then when I took manual control over, all of a sudden it looked like we were on the other side of it. Strange, man. It's weird. Looks like we have a little bit more room. We could actually slow down a little bit more. I don't really want to. But probably could. All right, let's on the rudders, high control. Stare at the flight director. For the most part.
1,000.
Cockpit stereo, we forgot to say it. A little windy.
400.
15, 20 knots of headwind here.
$300. Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Glide slow.
100.
Glide slow.
50.
Glide slow.
40. 30. 20. 10.
I'll take it. A little bit of float, a little off center, but second time landing this plane in many, many months. I will take it. Take it. Plus, they think we got 5 stars, but that's about as soft and buttery as we gonna get it. Soft, so soft and buttery, sir. All right, that's about it, my friends. We'll be back tomorrow with more aviation fun. I have another flight, an X-plane planned, and then I have another flight planned in here, and then I think I have a request for a CRJ flight, so I'm gonna look at another one of those, this time probably in America. But yeah, man, that was fun, dude. We gotta do that again. Gotta come back. Gotta tune in. Just do it, damn it. Anyways, I'm just kidding. Anyways, I'll see you tomorrow on the next episode of the Airplane Show. Make sure you hit like and subscribe before you leave, sir. See you next time. See you.